Note that a massive electrical fireball, say several megatons, over New York City would give all of the desirable effects. It would give the thermal radiation, the blast wave, and the EMP effects, but would not give the gamma radiation and the nuclear fallout. So it would burn up and blow down things, kill people, and knock out electrical systems, but would not contaminate the area. It is funny though that the CIA is talking about attacking New York City. Wouldn't you think that the Central Idiot Association would be talking about attacking like a Russian city? But no, they're fantasizing about dropping a fireball, a mushroom cloud, over New York City. Yep. Yo, have you seen all these flippin' earthquakes the last day? Look, they're like perfectly on all these lines and stuff. This is wild, dude. God must be really mad at all of us. He must be so freaking mad. Dude, actually, what if it's not God? Well, he probably thinks he's God, but what if it's not freaking God? And what if it's actually this jerk-off named Peter Peel in Antarctica with this thing called a Tesla Howitzer? There, it's called that. Tessie Howitzer, okay? So this thing, you don't have to understand how this thing totally works and stuff, but just imagine this, right? Imagine that what I'm saying right there is real, right? What would they be doing down there with it? Well, I don't know. Let's just go ask the frickin' snake at the bottom of the earth and see what he says. Wait, how do I turn the frickin' clouds off? Screw them clouds, dude. Hey, Mr. Snake. Hey, Mr. Snake at the bottom of Antarctica. Hey, I got a question for you, mister. Hey, do you by chance, perchance, do you know why the hell this place right here, this little place, Bouvet, why the fuck this place is being a rascal all the time?
Yes, I do. I told Peter himself that he should zap up the earth so that I could come alive. You ever see? Because I'm the Ouroboros at the bottom of the earth, you see? My path continues all the way around Antarctica. You ever see that? And I just want to start turning and turning, baby. I want to gyrate. And he goes, I'm just a silly little snake. a little slithery snake. Oh, man, I'm a slithery little snake.
Dude, what? Why are you so weird? What is wrong with you? How long have you been hanging out with Peter Thiel?
Too long, you know? Too long. Anyway, I'm a slithery little guy. I'm a slippery little guy. I'm like a slippery little eel. Hey, if you just look over here, though, check out those couple dots that are on Antarctica and, just see if you had a Tessie Howitzer on either end of Antarctica. And then if you look, too, it's almost like this little slithery little guy, this thing right here, you see how it's like a straight line? Like, basically, it's like the lithery. It's like straight to this straight line that goes directly to this weird little antenna pattern that Glamham found that looks literally like an antenna. I was like, I know that there's something here. See what that says? I think one end of it is there. And then you see how the patches tell you exactly where everything is that you need to look for? Oh yeah, sorry, this is Cat Dad talking again. It's not the slithery little snake. But yeah, so if you look, Tessie Howitzer 1 this is just Cat Dad speculation. Then Tessie Howitzer 2 over here, and then antenna or Bouvet is right there. So let's go back and look at what this thing does, okay? So if this thing is down there like Cat Dad thinks, right? Now what would it be doing? Well, from one ball, it shoots a fast wave, and then from the other ball, which is, I think, probably on either side of Antarctica, they shoot what's called a slow wave. And then, if you look here, this part where they collide, you see, that is the energy zone or the energy bottle where the waves match. And what that does is, you're going to love this. And this is a CIA document, by the way. This is mushroom cloud from sea off Japan near Russian test area. It does mushroom clouds, okay? And they're very excited about you see what that says? 150 miles across in diameter. That's how big the mushroom cloud is. Gray white cloud appeared, rose 60,000 feet in 2 minutes. Here's a good illustration of what the energy bottle does. Blah, like that, If you want to read through this document, which I implore you to, I think that everyone should be reading through this stuff that I'm showing you if you can, but I'm reading through it for you in case you can't, right? Okay, so if you want to read this, it's on the Central and Idiot Association's website on their reading room. It's called Star Wars Now, okay? The Baum-Aharonov effect, scalar interferometry, and Soviet weaponization. But they just say that someone else is using the thing so that they can make the thing, okay? So it's this stuff called scalar wave production, okay? This is what Tesla used to contact EBE. It is. This is basically the root of all of Tesla's science is this stuff, okay? And it can be used for good, but it's in the hands of monsters. So all they do is bad stuff with it, okay? Tesla wanted to use these as shields and not like offensive weapons. Definitely not to fucking earthquake citizens of the world. Definitely not to freeze citizens of the world. Definitely not to spontaneously combust humans of the world. Dude, it's so bad. Even when after they stole it from Tesla. Yet the full weapon implications of the Baum-Aharonov discovery have not yet penetrated the minds and consciousness of Western physicists, electrical engineers, and weapons analysts. Indeed, an extended treatment of such implications has not even been addressed in the literature. This may be somewhat understandable since it required over 30 years of physicists to realize the primary actuality of the potentials in the first place, because they stole this from Tesla and then they couldn't figure it out. They could not figure it out until recently. I don't even think they have figured it out, dude. They're so dumb. Okay, so this is one of the great things that Tesla wanted to use it for. Wireless transmission of energy at a distance, okay? By changing the potentials while keeping the force field zero, one can directly produce energy at a distance as if it were transported through space without losses, even though no energy transmission through space in the normal fashion occurs. They're transmitting the energy through the wave function of the Earth. The Earth is not standing still, okay? Nothing is. Everything is moving. Everything. When you touch something, you never touch it, okay? You understand that? My fingers are not touching right now. Minutely, they are not touching. All that I'm feeling is gravity forces repelling each other. But I'm not touching myself. You know what I mean? Indeed, it may even be possible to utilize pure potential waves to transport the energy at any velocity not limited by the speed of light, since in some cases a potential, for example, electrostatic scalar potential, can be regarded as having infinite velocity, simply appearing everywhere at once. This is somewhat analogous to putting energy in here and extracting it out there without any travel or losses in between. Nikola Tesla's old wireless transmission of energy at a distance without loss idea. Note that quantum mechanics we may take the view that this is a very special case of macroscopic energy tunneling phenomena. Essentially, energy is put into the system at the locations where the scalar potentials are produced and is recovered at that distance interference zone where particle effects are produced. To pursue this single example and further show its implications, we point out that in theory, one may deliberately make a beam containing zero electric and magnetic fields simply by properly phase locking together two or more beams of oscillating ordinary EH electrical energy, all at the same frequency. Okay, so look, see? So this is what we're talking about. So these two posts, which I think are these balls, right? And this is just an artistic representation. But when they shoot their things, look, if they're like that on Earth, dude, you know what this means? If they're right here and all the way over here and probably using this thing at Bouvet, or the antenna above Bouvet, right there, they can shoot this motherfucker. To be clear, they're using the Earth to get their frequency there. They're sending it through the Earth. They're hitching onto the Earth's frequency, and they're sending their pulse with the frequency of the Earth, okay? So that means that they can hit anywhere on the Earth from their position here, okay? You understand that? It's not good. So this is why all of the earthquakes are everywhere, is because they're just doing it from down there. But, you know, if you have a post here and a post here, you can basically hit anywhere on the Earth. And, dude, I'm also betting they're probably in the North Pole. Of course they are. Why wouldn't they be? You know what I mean? This scalar beam is also capable of strong penetration of ocean water from
since free ions do not absorb nearly so much of it as for an ordinary EH field beam. Thus, one may speak of megahertz and even gigahertz beams and signals transmitted through the ocean and through the Earth. In fact, an associate of the author appears to have developed a prototype underwater transmission system, including a sensitive scalar wave detector. Even an underwater radar appears quite feasible. Okay, then they said that they can make a wave detector, sure. And look at this. Whatever experiment they're doing here, they have a resonant tuning circuit to get it all tuned. They're resonantly tuning the scalar wave to be tuned with the Earth. You know, when we're doing our tapes and we're going and we're looking at our third eye and we're freaking getting in the zone and going up to fucking focus 10. We're going up to fucking focus 10, looking at our fucking third eye and ohming our asses off. Dude, that's what this is. We need to get vibrating in the frequency of the Earth as well, and we need our brains to do that, okay? Because the pyramids used to help us with that. You know that? That's what the pyramids did. They kept all of us in sync, doing telepathy. Okay, and then here we go. This is the fun part. Scalar interferometry and weaponization, okay? In other words, it can produce energy at a distant target interference zone or extract energy from it. Continuous input of energy at the transmitter site's products, continuous emergence of energy at the remote interference site. The drastic increase in lethality of the jammer is obvious. It is also quite lethal against human beings. This can produce an electromagnetic explosion at the distant intersecting site, okay? You know where it crossed? An explosion. And they said it's really good at killing humans, okay? Let's read more. Even in the hard vacuum of space, such an electrical explosion and EMP are produced. Since the electromagnetic energy produced in the interference zone is sufficient to lift Dirac electrons and other Dirac matter from the Dirac sea, I don't know what that means, producing a plasma very similar to a nuclear explosion, except for the absence of gamma radiation and nuclear residue. Evidence of Soviet weaponization of such effects is widespread. This is always bullshit. They just say that so that they have a reason to make this shit. Russia didn't invent this shit. Tesla did. I mean, he didn't invent it. He just figured it out. But again, the lethality of the jammer transmitter is vastly expanded by such adaptation. Indeed, jammer transmitters using scalar interferometry techniques are capable of attacking most military targets, such as tanks, aircraft vehicles, installations, fuel dumps, ammunition dumps, inflammable supplies, personnel, etc. The jammer transmitter itself becomes a totally new kind of directed energy weapon having nearly ubiquitous military application. If continuous energy is fed into the transmitters of the scalar interferometer, then continuous energy emerges in the distant interference zone. For very narrow beams and substantial input energy, the distant energy density can be made quite high. Physical destruction of distant targets can be accomplished in this fashion, and the effects can be produced directly inside bunkers, buildings, tanks, and armored vehicles, aircraft, nuclear-tipped missiles, and ships, etc. So yeah, look. We can throw it up at a plane. We can frickin' throw it down from a plane. It doesn't matter. They can make it curve with the Earth. They can send it through the Earth. This is all one tool. And also, guys, it's the same thing. Tesla's idea for free energy and the stuff that Dr. Parkenstein does is based off of this, which is all the same. It's all the same type of science, okay? It's all a science that Tesla found and no one else found. This was 100 years ahead of its time. He should not have been able to figure this out. The aliens even said that. So we're talking about one weapon, one tool. It's a tool. That's what it should be thought of. It's a tool that they're currently using as a weapon, okay? But if we had it, we could do good things with it. We could do free Wi-Fi for everyone. We could do wireless electricity. We could do, dude, everything. It's incredible. When monsters have it, they use it for monstrous shit, you know? Here's the fucking mushroom cloud that they were giddy over. Okay, look at this. They can do frozen mushroom clouds. Look, they said, mushroom-shaped ice cloud formations have been repeatedly produced over the Soviet Arctic and detected by U.S. weather satellites. These formations arise suddenly and are very much colder than the surrounding air. They appear to be the result of firing a large scalar interferometer in an energy extraction mode. In other words, a cold explosion occurs at the distant interference sites. So yeah, dudes, depending on the way that they set up the circuit of the Tesla Howie, they can pull energy from anywhere. So let's say they want to take all of the heat out of Egypt. They could literally do that. They could suck it out of Egypt and put it over Antarctica, literally. And they probably have been doing that because they want to melt Antarctica so all of the water rises and kills most of us. Truly, that's what they're doing. And so that if they reverse then the signals, then they could take heat and push it somewhere. And then whenever they are pulling the heat out of a place, what's left is cold, freezing cold, okay? A single shot of such a weapon could almost instantly freeze every NATO soldier in that area into a block of ice. Note also that the heat energy is extracted through the space-time of the area. Insulation or external heat sources are no defense. The heat literally is sucked out of the interior of bodies in the interference zone. Cool. They suck out all of the heat, so you literally instantly freeze. Of course, the same scalar interferometer can be used in the produce energy mode, in which case it can jam or knock out almost all electronic equipment in the target zone, detonate explosives materials therein. Note that a massive electrical fireball, say several megatons, over New York City would give all of the desirable effects. It would give the thermal radiation, the blast wave, and the EMP effects, but would not give the gamma radiation and the nuclear fallout. So it would burn up and blow down things, kill people, and knock out electrical systems, but would not contaminate the area. This is, of course, would be very important to the Soviets if they wish to salvage the Western farmland without nuclear contamination, which is like what Bill Gates and people like Bill Gates are doing, right? And I'm pretty sure that he's actually a Nancy. So it is funny, though, that the CIA is talking about attacking New York City. Wouldn't you think that the Central Idiot Association would be talking about attacking like a Russian city? But no, they're fantasizing about dropping a fireball, a mushroom cloud, over New York City. Yep. Okay, so yeah, let's take a peepsee. Okay, look, we can shoot airplanes. Great. Oh, here's another little drawing. This kind of demonstrates exactly what's going on. See, right? So these are the two ball ends of each one, right? Tessie Howie. There's the slow wave and the fast wave, and then this is the interference zone, right? And that's where it goes paglowy, okay? Okay, look at this. Then we can jam targets. Look, we can do detection and tracking. Then it does a continuous Tesla EMP globe, which duds electronics. So it's like, you know what this reminds me of? The Iron Dome. Did you know that Tesla said that you could probably make a continuous shield around a city and above a city if you use the excess waste that comes off of a nuclear facility? And it's funny because iWord has that place, Demona or whatever, which is a secret nuclear base that they shouldn't have and they've never admitted to having, but we definitely know that they have it. And, you know, have you ever seen how the Iron Dome stops missiles? It looks weird. It's like it vaporizes them almost.
Dome missile defense system, a land-based system that enters capacity as previous rounds, with a 90% success rate. Here's how the complex detection and interception system works. The system is powered by missile defense batteries, each consisting of 3 main components. These batteries can defend against short-range rocket and mortar attacks within almost 45 miles of the battery.
I don't think there's any missiles, dude. It's literally it's Tesla's shield. I don't frickin' know, dude. I don't care. I know that they stole all of Tesla's shit and that they're Nancy's. Look what else Tesla's shit can do. You see what that word is? Anti-what? And it uses liquid metal and spins it around really fast. That's basically it. And then electromagnetism. Yeah. Look, this is what the Central Idiot Association did with that. They took 75 years to make this. They still don't really understand Tesla's science at all. They made this cool drone that always loses power and then people see it and then it has to go charge on top of one of these like electrical lines. If you ever see this and then it disappears, you're not crazy. It was real, okay? They just hide them. They literally used the plasma. They used the shit that Tesla figured out how to cloak them in a plasma, okay? So it looks like a cloud. So yeah, anyway, look, this is Cloud Arc, okay? This is how the Iron Dome works, in my opinion. You know, look, you can do 2 arcs in the sky. You can just do fun. You can have fun. Look, you can make a mysterious light over the North Pacific. Hemispheres and globes. But yeah, the Tesla shield. Look at that. It's all sorts of stuff, guys. And then here's the real fun one. Have you ever heard of black helicopters over America? You know how there's black helicopters and then people are like, oh no, my cow got microwaved. What the hell? Yeah, it's them. It's the Central Idiot Association using Tesla's microwaving tech. They can do radials, and they're not doing it for light shows. They're doing it for spontaneous human combustion, in my opinion. And then here we go, boys. Look what this is. Earthquake. Burns and underwater sounds. Divers heard voices in French, English, Russian. Classical music they heard underwater. Unnerving buzzing. Thick black sludge. Yellowish matter. Okay? Maybe that's why the dolphins are all doing harikari, you know? I don't know. I'm a stupid ass guy, though. So I think that if we want to survive, guys, we're going to have to give a shit about this and we're going to have to stop them, okay? I'm going to do everything I can to piss these guys off and try and stop them. I would appreciate some help, but if y'all don't want to, that's fine. Whatever. Okay, and real quick, let's just look at the EBE conversation. They mention in here that Tesla was 100 years ahead of his time, but also the military admits that Tesla's tech, the Tessie Howie, can do weather modification. It seems that these energy waves can disturb the process of ecology, alter weather patterns, and damage ozone levels in whatever atmosphere they might encounter. Okay, so that is our government admitting that Tesla's Howie can do weather modding, which we've been seeing, okay? So anyway, guys, we need to take this so fucking seriously, right? We don't live in fear, but we also don't need to find out that Peter Thiel can do earthquakes to us after he kills all of us. We should just stop him now and assume that I'm not lying, because it seems like they're doing this shit, okay? And pretty soon they're gonna do a big one, all right? They're gonna do the fucking... They already did Hurricane Katrina, bro. Like, they're gonna do it again, except worse. Peter Thiel needs new kids to drink, okay? Hurricane Katrina was allegedly a man-made disaster. Bush was quick to mention that it was a natural disaster. It was created to distract America's attention away from Bush's latest unqualified fascist neocon, Supreme Court of Injustice appointees. My brother Eric O'Ryan has the same kind of goofy renaming humor as me. Eyewitnesses allegedly saw the levees in New Orleans being blown up by U.S. soldiers after they had survived the storm intact. Katrina was a low Category 3 storm, not a Category 4 or 5, as initially claimed. The levees were intentionally blown up to help Bush's neocon insurance company cronies and the Red Cross. Most homes are covered by wind damage insurance only, not flooding. If the houses were damaged by flooding instead of wind damage, then the insurance companies do not have to pay out any claims. And then also, George Bush got to call people trying to survive there looters, which was a win-win for him because he is a racist, so makes sense. Anyway, it's fun staring into the abyss. Haha. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I have tons of Tesla Howie stuff on YouTube. Go look for my YouTube and then find the Tesla playlist. You know, I've got a bunch of George Scherf stuff in there. Anyway, let me know what you guys need explanations on. This stuff is bad. This is bad. They're gonna use it to try and hurt us, okay? So, time to take it seriously. We all gotta be for real now, okay? We gotta protect ourselves and our friends. All right. Love you. Bye.